We are back with Chapter 6 of Happy Times in Noisy Village. And Chapter 6 is called The Chest of Wizards. Olaf was as careful with the tooth that Carl had pulled out as if it had been a gold nugget. He kept it in a matchbox in his pocket, and from time to time he took it out and looked at it. A couple of days later, Bill had a loose tooth. It would have been the easiest thing in the world for him to pull it out himself, but Bill decided that he also wanted to have it pulled out while he was sleeping. So he tied a long piece of strong string to his tooth just before he went to bed, and then he tied the other end to the knob of his door. The next morning, when Agda came to wake up the boys and open the door, the tooth popped out. Bill woke up even without Agda's having to shake him. "It's strange how much fun you can have with teeth," Bill said as we walked to school that day. He too had put his tooth in a matchbox, and he and Olaf were comparing teeth most of the way. Carl was cross because he didn't have a tooth that had been pulled out, but he said, "I wonder where I put that molar that the dentist in Big Village pulled out last year." In the evening, he looked through his drawers for the tooth and found many valuable things that he had thought were lost forever. In a box, he found some chestnuts, several cartridge cases, a broken whistle, 5 broken tin soldiers, a broken fountain pen, a broken watch, and a broken flashlight, and then his molar. It was broken too. That's why it had been pulled. Carl looked at all these broken things and said that he would mend them all sometime. Well, maybe not the tooth. He put it in a matchbox instead. All that evening, Carl and Bill and Olaf went around rattling their matchboxes and acting so smart. They didn't even want to play ball. So Britta and Anna and I played hopscotch and didn't pay any attention to them. "I'm so tired of hearing about teeth at this point that I'm ready to pull out my own," Britta said. Just then, the boys came out. They had been up in Carl's and Bill's room a long time, and they looked full of mischief. "Don't ever tell the girls, whatever you do," Carl said. "I should say not. That would be a fine thing if they were told," said Bill. "We'll never tell them in a month of Sundays," Olaf said. We were so curious that we were ready to burst, but we didn't let on at all. "Anna, it's your turn now," I said. We played hopscotch for dear life and pretended that we didn't even want to know whatever it is they were talking about. The boys sat down by the side of the road and watched us. "I hope you hit it really well," Bill said to Carl. "Don't worry," Carl said. "The chest of the wizards is something that you have to hide very carefully." "Yes, because otherwise the girls might find it," Olaf said, "and that would be a calamity." "Olaf, please don't say such dreadful things," he said. "If the girls should find it." "Ye gods!" "Lisa, it's your turn now," Britta said. We kept on playing hopscotch and pretending that we hadn't heard a word about the chest of wizards. Then the boys left. They walked down the road in a row, one behind the other. Anna pointed to them and whispered, "There go the wizards, ha ha," and we laughed and laughed. Carl turned around and said, "It's good that you can keep your spirits up even though there are so many things in this world you know nothing about. You poor little things." Then we decided that we would look for the chest of the wizards. We understood that it was just one of the boys' silly tricks, but we still wanted to find out where it was. The boys had gone over to the pasture to ride Blossom, our black mare. So we rushed up to Carl's and Bill's room to hunt for the chest. My, how we hunted. But it's not easy to find the chest of wizards when you don't even know what it looks like. We looked in the drawers and under the beds and on the shelves and in the fireplace and all over the attic. But we didn't find the chest of the wizards anywhere. When we were right in the middle of our search, we heard the door to the attic open and the boys come stomping up. Did we move fast? There are a lot of clothes hanging in the attic, so we hid behind them and stood very, very still, just as quiet as mice. Let's take it out and look again, said Bill. First, let's see where the girls are, Carl answered. They're probably in Lisa's room playing some silly old doll game. No, if they were, we could hear them, couldn't we? Olaf said. They're probably over at North Farm. Come on, take out the chest. We stood there and didn't dare move. I was afraid that I would have to sneeze or that I would start laughing. Excuse me. Then it looked as if Carl would walk right into me, and I thought, oh no! But he stopped just in time and bent down and lifted up something. I couldn't see what. Anna poked me, and I poked her back. Wizards, do you swear never to give away the hiding place? Carl said. We swear never to let the unfaithful get a hold of the chest of wizards, Bill and Olaf answered. And here are the boys getting out the chest. Of course, Britta and Anna and I were the unfaithful, so I poked Anna again. Yes, because if the unfaithful get a hold of it, it will lose its secret powers, said Carl. I wanted so much to see this remarkable chest, but the boys were standing right in front of it. Finally, Carl put it back where it had been under a loose board. Then they clumped down the stairs again. Suddenly, we came to life. As soon as the attic door was closed, we rushed out and pulled away the board. And there was the chest of the wizards. Well, what do you know? It was nothing but Carl's old box. The chest of the wizards was written on the cover in large letters, and under that was drawn a skull and crossbones. Hurry and open it up, Britta, so we can see what wonderful treasures are inside, Anna said. Britta did, and Anna and I stuck our necks as far as we could, and all we saw were 3 white teeth. 2 little ones and a bigger one. That was all there was in the chest of the wizards. Sometimes I wonder if the boys are quite right in their heads, said Britta. Then we saw Agda's bureau standing there in the attic. Mommy had said that we were not, under any circumstances, to touch the bureau. But Agda is so nice. Sometimes she opens the bureau and shows me all the fine things she has in it. She has a little pink pincushion with lace, many pretty postcards with flowers on them, a perfume bottle that smells good, a bracelet made of gold, almost, and, well, there is so much and I can't tell you everything. Last year when the dentist was in Big Village, he made Agda a new set of false teeth. He said that he had never seen such ugly false teeth as her old ones. It was too bad to have such ugly teeth when you look so nice otherwise, he said. But Agda didn't throw away the old teeth when she got the new ones. She said to me that perhaps she could use them on weekdays, or when the weather was bad, or save the new ones for Sundays. These teeth are certainly good enough to wear while I'm feeding pigs and milking cows, she said. But she soon got tired of the old teeth because the new ones were so much prettier. Also, Agda likes Oscar, our hired man, so she wants to look nice on weekdays too. I knew that Agda kept the old teeth in the top drawer of her bureau, and that gave me an idea. I'll tell you what we can do, I said to Britta and Anna. Let's put Agda's false teeth in the chest of the wizards. If the chest could get secret powers from 3 puny little baby teeth, just think what it could get from a whole set. Britta and Anna thought that was a wonderful idea. It was much better than stealing the chest of the wizards, Britta said. So we put Agda's teeth in the box and put it back under the board. Then we went to look for the boys. They were way down the road shooting marbles. We sat down beside them in the road and watched them. Well, well, so the wizards are shooting marbles this beautiful evening, said Britta. They didn't answer. Carl had his hands full of marbles, and I said, the chest of the wizards would be a good place to keep the marbles in, I bet. They still didn't answer, but Carl gave a deep sigh. You could tell that he thought the unfaithful were even more that the unfaithful were even more clueless than usual. Can't you tell us about the chest of the wizards? Anna asked and poked Carl in the ribs. But Carl said it was nothing you could tell girls. The chest of the wizards was full of secret powers. Only the secret society that owned the chest was allowed to know where it is. Otherwise, it would lose its powers, he said. The secret society? Is that you and Bill and Olaf? Britta asked. Carl kept quiet and looked mysterious. But Britta and Anna and I started to laugh with all our might. I think they're peeved because they don't know where we keep the the chest of the wizards, Bill said. I bet it's in your closet, said Britta slyly. I bet it isn't, Bill said. Is that so? Then I bet it's under a loose board in the attic floor, Anna said. I bet it isn't, said the boys all at the same time. But did they look worried? Their game of marbles got all confused. Let's go and look at your birds' eggs, Bill, said Carl. Did he really think we believed that that's where they'd go and do? We knew good and well they were going to run and get the chest of the wizards. My birds' eggs? Why, you've seen them 100 times, said Bill. He is a little slow sometimes. Carl glared at him, and Bill finally understood. Oh, yes, of course. Let's go and look at my birds' eggs, he said. The boys left us then, slowly, so that we wouldn't suspect anything. We didn't leave slowly, though. We ran over to Olaf's and told his mother that we were going to get something in his room. Then we rushed up the stairs and climbed through the linden tree to Carl's and Bill's room and ran into the attic and hid behind the clothes. We had just got there when the boys came clumping up the stairs. There's the girls hiding. What do you think Anna meant about the attic floor? Bill said. Does she know anything? No, said Carl. That was just something to say. But we'd better move the chest of the wizards to another hiding place, just to be on the safe side. We couldn't see anything because the boys were standing between us and the chest, but we heard Olaf say, Open it so I can look at my tooth. I want to look at mine too, said Bill. Wizards, Carl said. What is hidden in this chest must never be seen by the unfaithful, only by us. Then it got quiet, and we knew that Carl was lifting the lid. Then we heard a loud howl, so they must have caught sight of Agda's teeth. And we ran out from behind the clothes and laughed, and I said, "Now I bet you have enough powers to last you a whole year." Britta and Anna and I laughed again. Carl threw Agda's teeth across the attic floor and said that girls should never have been born because they always spoil everything. Anna said, "Carl, please make a miracle for us with the box." Then Carl and Bill and Olaf threw away their teeth and we all went out and played ball. And that is the end of chapter 6. We'll see you next time for chapter 7.